Silverized Society.
Hello, welcome to the first of many strange new episodes in a strange new series that we have. I don't know if I'll unveil the name yet. I want to kind of like build some suspense. This is a Silver Eye Society production, okay? Silver Eye Society is still strong, still here, still putting things out. But this is a special series where we leave the films aside and go straight to the goings-on of the day, which is what the people love. And that's what this new series is about, the people. Some may call them the peasant class. That's what we see ourselves as, right? Today, we are just lowly peasants here trying to do our own research and trying to have opinions and like crazy ideas like free speech. This is the thing now. You know, the peasants cannot be trusted with the rights that they once had. And as peasants, proud peasants, we have started a series where we will discuss all the peasant issues of the day. Peasant Radio. Welcome to the first episode ever of Peasant Radio. So what are we talking about in this first episode of Peasant Radio, Justin? You have to talk over my intro. I'm going to give you a moment to talk. You have like these little grumblings in the background always. Very peasant-like
I don't accept
behavior.
myself as a peasant. So first off, that is
Well,
that.
this is a problem because we're on Peasant Radio, so I don't know what you're going to do about that.
Well, it can be interpreted in different ways. So the subject today is cyborg warfare, psychological cyborg warfare via Instagram advertising. So we're going to take a look at some of the Instagram ads that we have been served over the past few weeks, months, days, whatever.
Yeah, well, this is interesting because this is an idea you had for an episode because you were getting really insane, unhinged ads that one might say are a little offensive even. You could have your sensibilities offended by these ads. They go too far. And they're worth discussion because this is the whole thing about living in a user data driven world now where everything is tailored to you. And that sounds great until you start getting weird ads following you around the internet and you have to sit there and say, what do they think they know about me? So your ads, maybe we should unveil
we will.
what you've been getting.
Go ahead and open your email because we didn't prepare at all for this. And I want you to be able to look at I have prepared though quietly, unlike a peasant. And so now you can see the ad that we're going to begin with, which is
great,
possibly the most disturbing. This was an ad that says that I guess assumes that I have undergone traumatic brain injury. I mean, when we're talking about potential offense at someone when they're advertising something to you, you know, this hits pretty hard, man. Instagram thinks that I perhaps have a brain injury and they want to enroll me in a study. Aggression and agitation caused by a traumatic brain injury isn't, and then it cuts off because you have to click for more. Research study.
Amazing.
The image depicted contains models and is being used for illustrative purposes only. I guess they needed to put that there in case people thought that you really were.
They don't want to disparage the models.
But this is Jacob's Ladder. Look at that. That is the move. That's the move from Jacob's Ladder and from 90s new metal videos to have the person.
Well, I haven't received the email with the thing, so we're having some technology here. Like I
just fucking forwarded it to you.
Well, I got it. Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it live. Let's do it live. Oh, what the fuck?
I mean, that's heavy, man.
Who would look at this and be like, yes, that's exactly what I want to join. This speaks to me. I feel seen by this. This will help me. Oh my God.
What is this?
I mean, I gotta say that whoever the graphic designer was for this went
Sure.
off. Clearly they are not happy in their role and they want to be doing horror.
But you understand the problem here, right? This ad was targeted at me. So
this is a big problem.
they think
'cause
that
I've
I'm
never
actually
seen this.
right. They think that I'm actually have, you know,
Problems.
some problems. But not enough problems. But not enough problems to be able to tap on the ad and enroll myself into a study. So I just want to start off with that one because that one is, really, really can either serve for all of our paying patrons as a warning to be careful about,
here.
listening to what I say, since Instagram apparently thinks that I have brain damage, or I mean, that's what it is. Let's say what it is. What else is?
Well, this is
I
the
guess
problem
it could be
with
they
these
think that I
things.
know someone with brain damage. Which,
I mean, yeah, they could.
Actually, now that makes
No.
sense.
No.
Because you're the one that I usually link to on Instagram the most. So now a new thing, now this makes more sense.
I mean,
wasn't
look, they
for
could
me.
do that, right? It could do that because they would have enough data to know like who your close friends are, who's in your network, then check out that person and be like, let's see.
Right.
Because of course, like one of the strongest ways to market something is through peers. Like that's always what like the golden goal or whatever. If you're trying to sell something is to get it so that someone else tells their friend about it, because that's considered like the most persuasive way to convince someone to do or buy something. So
Well, this is
what
work
if-
because we're doing a podcast
if they
about
know?
the ad.
if well, if
We
anyone
got to
finds it
move though.
useful.
Okay, we
Yeah.
can't dilly dally. Do you
No,
want
we
to
have
do
so
one, or
many
do you want
ads
me to
to
go ahead
cover.
and?
All right. Well, I recently got an ad. Like once I started noticing this, like as a way to kind of gauge what the algorithm thinks about me, I got an ad that was the one I sent you last night. That it's like for a dating app or something. It's like dating for ambitious, busy women, and I was just like, oh, is that where I am now? Like, is that the kind of person that I am now? I'm like an ambitious, busy woman that doesn't have time to date, and I need like a special app to meet professionals or what. Like, oh my God, like you could drive someone to self-harm with these things, because the problem with these ads is that if you're aware that they're tailored to you, then if you kind of think about it at all, you have to say, what is this perceiving about me that I don't perceive about myself? These ads in a way become this strange digital mirror. And I'm not saying they're accurate. Obviously, we hope not based on your ad. But you got to
They
wonder
get
what it
squirrelier.
is. Oh, God. You got to wonder what
I'm
they
sending.
think
They're
they
all
know.
forwarded to you now. All right, so let's sum
Okay.
up on this one. Listen, your ad, you forwarded it to me. I looked at it briefly. It looked like the woman was wearing sweatpants. I'm not sure what ambitious woman wears sweatpants.
She was no fool.
It's a
She's
pantsuit?
wearing
I don't fucking
it's
know
a
anything about
pantsuit, of course, which is like, do I look like? I really hope I don't look like the kind of person that's walking around in pants. Like, what? This is it's insulting. I'm telling you, these things can actually offend you. So let's go on to your next ad.
I just forwarded them all so you can pick which one.
So I'm looking at the ad for iFriend app.
Right. Okay.
This
So
is Ex
this
Machina.
is, and we're not. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are disturbing about this. I mean, first,
Incredibly. Dude.
I don't even feel like I need to say.
Why
I mean,
it's disturbing.
They're sending me an ad for an artificial intelligence girlfriend. Now, I guess I'll edit these ads into the podcast because otherwise this isn't going to make much sense.
Yeah.
First off, they've done something here, graphic design wise, where they've basically blurred the bottom part of the body. But
Oh yeah.
that blur is flesh colored.
Yeah. It's a little porn-ish.
Right. The AI is naked, apparently. With the headline, she'll be better than you expected. Try a new AI.
Disappointing.
You know what's really disturbing? Try a new AI. Like what?
Oh.
Like I had an old AI, and I'm like, well. So
this isn't working
again,
out. I broke up with my old AI.
So this is, offensive for a variety of reasons. Again, I don't think it's necessary to explain why.
Wow.
It's truly dystopian. Dystopia is a word that's overused. But so far, we've got Instagram thinks that I have brain damage, but they also think I need an AI girlfriend.
Well, those
Moving
things
on.
go together, I imagine.
They may. Moving on to the next one. You got one, or you?
Fulfilling life. No. Oh, okay. I have one. I'll have to send you the picture of them. But I recently found out about these games that are like, they're mobile phone games. So this is a really weird thing because it's like mobile phone games are completely unhinged. They are unchained. They are free from any of the kind of judgments that come with normal types of video games that are very linked to the company that makes them. Like when you think of a game now, whatever it is, you can name usually the company that makes it, and that company has their kind of like brand, and it's like, oh, I know what Bethesda makes, or I know what the fucking other thing makes. Mobile games are not that way. They're kind of like very anonymous in a way. Like no one cares who makes them because they're just like these one-off things a lot of the times, and they're probably all made by China to steal your data and to send you ads for AI girlfriends. But they're fucking crazy. They are like so entertaining in how weird they are because they get to such depraved levels of the human experience. A lot of the games are just like how to win a husband and like get out of your shitty life or whatever. Like it'll be some cartoon woman that's like running around covered in mud for some reason and like really weird graphics, and she has like a child with her and they're like stealing bread, and then like some like princess woman will come out and be like, no, you peasant, and like slap her, and then the king will come out and be like, I'll make you my courtesan. Like just like shit that no one could make with their name next to it, right? Because it would be like, this person's not okay, this is offensive, whatever. But the fact that for some reason like the companies that make these things or the people that are making them are kind of anonymous, like they're just all these crazy fucking games, and they're so funny to watch the ads for. And so I started watching the ads, just the ads, because they're funny. And as soon as I spent a little more time watching these ads, all I was getting was these ads for unhinged mobile games on Instagram. And that is kind of the more interesting thing. Like, I don't know, there's two ways to look at this, which is like, okay, clearly, they're paying attention to how much you look at stuff and all of that, and then like serving you more of it based on that. We should all know this already. The other thing that I like though is that these games are so like, I don't know how to say it, they're so offensive, right? Like the plots behind them are so kind of like not self-aware in a way of how like inappropriate they are. It's this like help this girl steal the boyfriend of the other one or whatever, and it's stuff that like would be seen as like tacky and whatever because it's so bold in putting the most basic of human desires like sex and money and power and all these things into these mobile games in such tacky ways. And I think that's what makes them so hilarious and interesting, but they can only do this because they're kind of anonymous. Like if a respectable gaming company came out with these kind of like, really depraved mobile games, they would be like shamed forever. It would be like an April Fool's thing. It would have to be. No one would take them seriously again. But these games, I love to watch the ads. They're so ridiculously entertaining. And even better than them is to go on the comments under the ads and see all the other people that are like, what the fuck is this? And like roasting the ad. That's the best part of the game, is the insane ads and everybody getting together to be like, where is this shit coming from? Why did she just try to steal that guy's girlfriend while she's covered in mud? Like, what the fuck is going on? We'll have a picture of the one with the girl covered in mud because it's just like, It's insane. And it's funny because it also plays on this like desire to kind of like fix things. Like a lot of games have this thing of like, oh, you can fix a house. You can make over a person. You can gain skills and wealth. You know, like this desire to ascend in some direction. And these games, they'll do this. That, like the woman will start like covered in mud and shitty, and it's like, give her a makeover. But in the ad, they always fuck her up. They always like shave her head and put more mud on her and give her like a crazy clown outfit, and then send her to try to like steal the man. And then the man will be like, woo! Like the sound effects are hilarious because sometimes it'll be like Chinese voice actor voiceovers,
Yeah.
and it'll just be like, I no, or so, like it will not make sense. Like the English will be broken, and it will look like a completely badly done voiceover. But it's so trashy that it's like a new form of reality TV for me.
All right. Well, that's peasant poison. I mean, clearly it's all about, I think it is. I think that, I actually think it's kind of funny because it probably is made in China and or Eastern Europe, and they have different views on human relationships sometimes. But anyway, let's move on to the next. We got to get through all these. I didn't realize how I did like 5 of them. Now, I would like to put a caveat in here. I've picked the most egregious ads. Obviously, there's a bunch of ads that are just like, I don't know. I don't remember any of them.
Yeah, get a meal prep service or whatever.
Something like that, yeah. So, rejection-sensitive dysphoria.
I have that.
No, you don't, because it's not fucking real. You don't have that because that's not real.
Every human has that. No one likes fucking rejection.
Someone came up with this as a thing. Now, here's the thing that I have a problem with, okay? First off, yes, everyone has that. No one likes being rejected. Second, if you'll read the ad, are you looking at it?
Yeah.
The point of it is to sell you drugs. Because it says rejection-sensitive dysphoria, fake business, made up, psychological problem. I looked it up. It's relatively new. It's like people who are really afraid of rejection can't do anything. That's just called lame. Designed by people with ADHD for people with ADHD. So first off, hey, I don't want something designed by somebody that has a mental problem. Is that offensive? That's fucking stupid. Why are you?
That's like.
What? If I had a problem, which I don't, I have no problems, obviously.
Yeah.
Why would I go to somebody with a problem? I mean, I guess you could say they know this is. They're just trying to sell you drugs.
But it's also like it's. Yeah, they are, and they're doing it in the like very millennial, like we're authentic. This is also the Gen Z thing now. Like I've been doing research on that demographic sometimes, and apparently like one article that I read is that Gen Z is very obsessed with this idea of authenticity on social media because they grew up seeing millennials like showing off, you know, shiny yachts and like perfect makeup and whatever. So now they just go on TikTok in sweatpants and like dance badly to like the theme song from Home Depot, and it's like, wow, see, we're authentic. So this stuff is like kind of in that vein of being like, oh, we're also fucked up, and that's why you should buy stuff from us, which is like,
it's just going to be drugs, though. They're just all this thing. And so I want to move quickly because the next one kind of is in the same vein, which is this one is I don't know how old this woman is. What would you say? Somewhere between, she's 30-ish.
28.
You know?
28.
She's
30.
Coming down from mushrooms. Clearly.
Right now.
Do you see that? I mean, you can see that in how she looks a little fucked up.
Disturbing.
This one is an ad, I suppose. I don't know if this is legal now. Apparently, you can get psychedelic mushrooms. You're allowed to buy them online. Maybe in some states, I think you can't. No, dude. I mean, it's fucking there. It's right there. So I think in some states. Let's look it up. It says get first. I know
Oregon is like just get crack in the mail now or something. Like they just are like passing out heroin in kindergartens, I guess. But like, I don't know if you can get it online.
I'm on their fucking website. Unlock 10% off your first order.
Maybe
So
I should
these
fucking
are.
check them out.
Now wait a second. Is this bullshit?
It's
I thought they were
bullshit, dude.
selling
It's gonna be
psychedelic
like
mushrooms.
reishi mushrooms, or it's gonna be like oyster mushrooms and shit.
I thought it was psychedelic mushrooms. This is even
That's the
more lame than I thought it
implication.
was. But
'Cause what the
these are
fuck
lies.
else
This
would
is
it
this is
be?
just these are just these
Because people are using mushrooms as like lion's mane mushroom and like turkey tail and whatever,
I
like
know
these
they
kind
are.
of mushrooms as like, oh, it gives you like neurocognitive benefits, and it's like, okay, but not to the point that you're like posting an Instagram story with your eyes dilated or whatever and looking like, you
made
know,
with precision targeted mushrooms. That's on their website. It says made with precision targeted mushrooms.
I hate advertising.
Okay, so I was wrong. I thought they were actually selling drugs, which would have been cooler.
Yeah, that's would have been cooler.
This is dried mushrooms in colorful capsules in tiny little things that look like makeup jars with the logo of this company on it. So this is fake business
this is boring.
also.
This
Yeah,
is
this
all
is
fake
boring.
business, but that one's incredibly fake. Let's go to the other one, because this one's
God
at
damn it,
least
I
this
thought
one
that was...
you know it's fake.
Where are we at here? Okay, well.
Texas Poker.
So that's just, I haven't gotten many of these game things. This is
one
though
of
the
those.
same. Huh?
This is one of those, like a game type of thing, but this is definitely a totally different demographic.
This is for dudes. Yeah,
Yes.
this is for dudes. So this, I actually never got this until you told me a few days ago about online games, and then I noticed the ads.
That's weird.
This is like basically. I mean, it's very clear
It's
what
in the
this is,
same
right?
vein of the AI girlfriend thing, which is like,
Right.
what are you doing? You're like flirting online while playing. Let
It's not
China
real.
win. Let China win. Like, this is the problem. Like, what are men doing? They're playing fake poker online with fake women, like gamifying flirting in a game. Like, it's
I don't
too
think you can even
meta.
gamble.
It's too many layers of failure. You know, you can't even gamble. Yeah,
Well,
right. Like,
that's
isn't
what
that not legal?
This has become
game.
even more generic than I thought, because I thought some of these ads, I have to stand corrected when I'm wrong. I thought that was an ad for psychedelic mushrooms to the mail. I was like, okay. Now, I will say, I didn't put it in here. I've gotten ads for taking, what is the fucking drug
Ketamine.
that they give you? Ketamine now. And it's like a guy who kind of looks like me but clean and like has money, laying on a couch with a headset, like listening to some music that
Ever
fucking
since
sucks,
I did
I'm sure. It's like,
ketamine.
it's some like indie acoustic rock, and I'm sure that's what he's listening to. And he's like,
Yeah.
that's what all of them sound like. And there's and apparently he's on ketamine now, on the couch, on his nice expensive couch, learning to heal.
Making lots
Anyway,
of money. Yeah.
last one, because Zoom has fucked us. Last one here. I mean, I don't even know what this is.
Oh, wow. See, I don't let China win. Like, this is the men have a problem, is what I see going on. Wolfproject.co.
What's that shit
sounds
under his
extremely
eyes?
gay. This is extremely gay. So, I say
it
that
does,
with no, it is what it is. Like, the guy, this is an eye mask. Like, this is what you put under
Oh,
your
it's an
eyes.
eye mask. See, we
Get your
learned so much
samples.
from. I didn't realize that's what it was. So we learned so
What
much
did
through
you think the free
conversation.
samples were for?
I thought it was probably for something like. So I thought, this is how not gay I am. I looked at that and immediately thought that's like football. You know how you do paint underneath your eyes to play football so the sun doesn't hit your eyes, or how like people were fighting wars paint their face. I thought, and it's called Wolf Project. So I thought this was like an ad for. I figure it was for like testosterone replacement therapy, or because obviously Instagram knows how old I am, right? So it's like, it's really
so
like
funny.
if I were a sensitive person, if I had rejection sensitive dysphoria, I would look at these ads and I'd be like, man, they're really hammering me. They're basically saying you got to fuck a robot. You need some sort of drug supplements. You're probably brain damaged, and what is the other stuff? And then your skin is poor. Fuck you. My skin is fine, motherfucker. And on top of it, they're like, your skin sucks. No, that's not. So I looked at this. I thought this was I didn't realize it was for fucking. Yeah. Now I just looked at the website. It's some fucking guy putting this thing underneath his eye. Natural, clean, and safe. Okay. Well, I didn't realize it was for skincare. So.
Well, here's the thing. These ads, I find them offensive. I look at them and I wonder what they think they know about me is the main problem here. Like, I didn't really like to get the ad about like being a single professional woman who doesn't have time to find a partner. Like, because I was kind of like, oh my gosh, my life just flashed before my eyes. Like, I was like, oh, am I that person? I'm going to end up with my cats alone and like my CEO position or whatever, like crying on my big desk. That's kind of cool. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, I won't use the app. I refuse to use the dating apps, even if they are for professional women. So I will just cry on my desk with my money and my ketamine. I don't get the ketamine ads though. I only got them once, and I was kind of like, yes, finally. My ads are the fucking games. A lot of shit about like I'll get clothes. I get very woman ads. Your ads are fucking deranged, dude.
They're not though. They're targeted towards men. It makes
mine.
sense. They're targeted towards men.
Well, I don't know. I mean, yes, in a certain regard, yes, but like the brain damage study one.
That one, and I got that like several nights in a row. But I mean, look, we got to sum up.
Dude,
so I actually think we should make this a public episode because I would like to hear in the comment section from other people if they get deranged ads also. Now,
yeah, please tell us what ads you're getting.
I'd like to sum up a few things here. First off,
oh my God. You do have brain damage.
I don't. I just want to speak carefully. Actually, I just want to speak carefully.
Please do.
When I look at this, I also have to take into account that if the algorithm is paying attention to what I'm doing, it does know that like I'm awake at 5:30 in the morning, you know, using a random word generator to try to trick the algorithm by putting in things in Instagram. So to be fair, it's possible that the random word generator, which is one of my tricks we talked about in another episode, to fool the algorithm, go back and look at that. Maybe that's why it thinks I have brain damage.
Oh my God.
Now look, I've been hitting
the head
a few times.
You're like searching cupcakes at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, just random things. It's totally random. So maybe maybe my strategy is working.
Accurate. In a way.
There's that. That's all I have to say about that. I appreciate this. You've actually pointed out I was wrong, misinformation twice. I thought one was, I thought the ad was about something different. So we've learned.
I've actually gotten like psilocybin mushroom ads before. Like I got it once and I was like, oh, but it wasn't to sell it. It was more like go to psilocybin therapy or something. And I was like, yeah, right. It's probably accurate. So yeah, I think that the cool thing about this is that you can kind of think about what the algorithm thinks about you, what it thinks it knows about you, and that's interesting. But it's also fucking scary because it's like, look, man, this is the ethos behind a lot of the tech stuff is like, well, we have so much data, we know so much, we could fix things, we could fix you. And it's like, look at how weird this shit looks. And I'm sure it's clunky, I'm sure it's not well designed yet, but this kind of like weird targeted ads that are kind of off though, it just always reminds me about how truly far we are from the kind of expertise we are told exists. Like it's not that accurate. So it's like, I don't want the people that are designing the algorithms to send me these ads to be in charge of my life in any way, because they're going to send me to like ketamine therapy and have me in a single professional women dating program. And I'll be playing mobile games all day. So it's not good what they think about me.
If you buy all this stuff, you're just like, you are a peasant. So that's maybe how we can end this peasant radio thing is, don't be a peasant. Don't fall into the traps. These things don't have your best interest in mind. I think that's fair to say.
That they don't. That's what the thing is. Peasants are always being exploited, and so you got to look around and see like what's trying to do that, what's trying to keep you a peasant. And mobile games and algorithm ads, they try to keep you a peasant. And so we shall see you on the next Peasant Radio. Subscribe and like and share your weird algorithm generated ads with us in the comments. And peace out, peasants. You look disturbed.
I'm no longer going to say anything for Peasant Red. I'm just going to stare forward with my wolf company. Why is it called Wolf Company? Is it trying to be? It's trying to be hardcore. It's like you want to get hardcore with your skincare.